Since 2013, Xi Jinping of China has been promoting the One Belt, One Road project, an economic territorial expansion project that connects inland and sea. In this regard, we provided huge development funds to developing countries according to 2021 data. As of 2017, the debt owed to China by low and middle income countries under the Belt and Road Initiative was about $385 billion. By 2017, more than half of China's loans and subsidies to developing countries were not reported to the International Monetary Fund or the WB. Compared to other national loans, China requires an exceptional level of confidentiality from the very fact of the contact itself. Undisclosed debt trap is everywhere. Developing countries cannot afford to repay their debts as the global economy faces a crisis due to the novel coronavirus infection pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Nevertheless, China is facing debt adjustment in developing countries. In addition, the debt adjustment standards are uncertain and opaque, so everything is decided according to the taste of the Chinese government. Clearly, they cannot get out of the debt trap unless they are on the China's side. It is also stingy in debt adjustment to countries that have been cooperative on the Belt and Road Initiative. There are criticisms of China for exploiting and plundering developing countries. If the debt cannot be paid, the ownership of the infrastructure jointly developed by the developing country is transferred to China. So it is not difficult from the colonial invasion of the Western power in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa announced on the night of July 9th local time that he would step down from the presidency on July 13th to Speaker of the National Assembly Meihenda Yapa Abeiwartena. The announcement of the president's intention to resign came after leaders of each party officially demanded the resignation of the president and prime minister amid escalating anti-government protests that day. The decision came as thousands of protesters demanded the resignation of the regime that caused the country's bankruptcy to take office. It came out after occupying the office building and housekeeper. The problem is that the current opposition is divided and there are not many alternative forces that will lead the country with charisma like the Rajapaksa family. First, the head of each party showed the appearance of appointing Abeiwartena, the Speaker of the National Assembly, as interim president on the same day. Full-scale resignations are likely to be delayed until a new government is inaugurated. If this happens, the people who are suffering from a shortage of daily necessities such as fuel, medicines, and food and skyrocketing prices will inevitably suffer more severe hardship for the time being. Sri Lanka's main industry, its tourism sector, has collapsed and external debt has soared. It faced worst economic hardship as it overlapped with fiscal policy failure such as excessive tax cuts.